Hello, everybody. Y'all remember part one because it literally hasn't been that long. So let's go back to where I was reading it. I'm sure when they filmed Mothra, they didn't have to use any special effects. They just used a white line Sphinx moth. Those things can beat up hummingbirds if they wanted to. One day when I was 5 years old, one of these big boys was chilling at our porch, like just hanging out because it loved the lights. And it was a very dedicated creature. They try finding a butterfly that wants to hang out on your doorstep. Not gonna happen. Then I guess somebody opened the door and he got inside the house. Here's the picture. More light. This place is absolutely glimmering. This moth's fate was sealed soon as it crossed the threshold. I don't know what the moth did once he got inside our house. And then here's some pictures. There's some pictures right here that interpret what he might have been doing. Oh, sorry about that. You see, YouTube. You see, I got a notification that a YouTuber I like, Christine, is watching a video called. I can't say it because there's like a cuss word in it, but still, it's like this series, but I can't really tell you the name. Anyway, he's hungry for clothes. Hour 8. My rations have been depleted. These are desperate times. Oh boy. Here we are. But whatever the moth was doing, I'm sure it tired it out. The next morning, my sister and I found him on the kitchen windowsill, just lying there, probably thinking about being outside again and trying to escape. He'd pretty much given up, or maybe he was asleep because he just scooped up and put him into a jar, and he became our new pet. Here's the picture. Can we keep him, Mom? He broke into our house. Faith decided to call him Harry. His moth wasn't Harry at all, so the name didn't make sense, but we are 5, so it didn't have to. Understandable. I really feel most names don't always have to make sense if you're at a very young age. Around the same time, we adopted a stray calico cat. We called her Calico. Really, Harry should have been thankful he didn't end up with the name Moth. We put leaves in his jar, which might have been a good idea if he was still a caterpillar, but we were sure we were taking good care of him. We probably should have just fed him t-shirts. And here's the picture of Harry. My mom wasn't as thrilled as we were to have a new pet moth. I have an idea, she said. Why don't you take Harry to the kindergarten tomorrow? And I don't know, maybe he can be the class pet there. Sorry, guys, my back is itching a little bit. This was back when I thought my mom had good ideas. So we decided to take Harry to school because how cool would it be to bring the class of pet you captured and enslaved yourself? My teacher realized pretty quickly that having a class pet whose lifespan was shorter than a school year wasn't a smart idea. Instead of keeping Harry and studying nature in an educational sort of way, or at least watching him grow lethargic and despondent, drinking hand, watching his stories on TV, she decided we could learn about out nature by taking Harry out at recess and releasing him. It seemed like a good idea to us, but we were 5. This was back when I thought my teachers had good ideas. Oh, wait a minute. Here's a picture of Harry as an old guy, and here's a picture of James showing the mouth off to all those kids. A lot of kids' movies have talking animals in them, and usually these animals don't like to be captured. They want to be free and live out in the wild. Think Finding Nemo, Spirit, and Happy Feet. It's common knowledge to 5-year-olds that every creature walking on the earth wants to live in the wild. It wants to be free. Then just let us on. The teacher probably suggests releasing him so he wouldn't have to come to school one day and explain a room full of horrified 5-year-olds while the class pet was lying on his back with his legs stiffly in the air. He's sleeping. I already showed you the picture, so there's no need to show you. Such a shame. That would be such a bad thing if you had to explain that to 5-year-olds, because 5-year-olds are probably just thinking, what cartoon should I watch today? Yeah, I'll just watch something on Cartoon Network. They're not really trying to think about deep things about, like, what is the meaning of life? What is life and death? What if I end up in a dead-end job? No, kids aren't supposed to think that, no matter how many cartoons make you think some kids know the secrets to the universe or something. Which I still believe to be an interesting theory. Anyway, speaking of setting pets free, my family adopted a lot of stray cats. My mother used to quote the movie Spirit as the put them outside at night. As she put them outside at night, and say things like, go and run free, win back your freedom, don't worry about us, we'll carry on without you. And surprisingly, the cats enjoy their captivity and always come back in the morning, probably because of the free food. Again, makes sense. I really don't have that much to say about this art. It's okay. It's okay, and I like the interesting details they add in here. Anyway, we all trooped out during recess, excited to be a part of the school's newly instituted catch and release moth program. We were like those people who put beach whales back in the ocean. Except in this metaphor, the whale was already in the ocean minding its own business, and 2 dumb kindergartners shoved it in a fishbowl and moved it miles away from its home. This was supposed to be a happy kids movie moment, seeing the moth getting rehabilitated into moth society. But what actually happened was quite different. We gathered around the teacher. She opened up the jar, and then she had to shake Harry out of the jar because, well, we've already established that Harry wasn't all that smart. Here's some pictures. Eventually, he understood that he was free. That the whole sky was waiting there above him, all the light. He flew upward, wings fluttering, ready to reclaim his moth life. When it turns out there's a good reason giant moths only come out at night, and that mostly because of camouflage and the fact that their predators are asleep. Harry had neither of those advantages at our playground in the middle of the day. 10 seconds went by when a bird from a neighboring tree swooped down and grabbed Harry in its beak. Harry had been free moth for 10 seconds before his painful, inevitable death. And here's the pictures of the gruesome death. And there's the picture when Harry realized he was free. I find that very sad.